not ready for that. This is vice president.
And magic and okay.
That is all. I just want to speak to us about having that open mind for studying.
Wow. Mama ntina mobile. But we make a kakra for mama. Just some support NDC. Oh, Mama Juma, why ye name adequate to Mama Mane, President John Mahama.
Adequate Betwama Namana Babe, Vice President, and
exactly.
Oh, if you are sitting, see, man, Quabin man can be yet. The mammy so Nana J. Mensa. I did be a oba woman be a if you crow by anywhere, I will dear anyhow. Bronos was by anywhere and cabum anyhow. It is so bad with fear a man cabum eba. San or bounce yet Ghana president, and the man cabum, my young man, to be up to draw. If I hear you, my ding, I will mind him, yes, your mining, Ama in Kabumaba, Ama in Kalanketsua, and your Dumaye. If so bad time or draining Mahu. Or by Pia draining Mahu. You won't pay a say, Papa, His Excellency John Mahama Vice, appointing as a vice president. So appointing as a vice president, yeah, I come between him. Now, yes, more university from Susua, more 10 presidents, 10 executive members, now come on one boom, and I'm a some form of support, one for big support, entire man. Mama Mokasa and do actually. Send a pay Papa, His Excellency John Mahama, get him Mokasa. No, what's in your appointing my men, no about vice president, because Oba will more again. Oba or more again, and maybe Bian Quania be there, my medas.
Indeed, what's our boy, Mammy Dean, you now?
Yama may not J. Mensa.
See, more her say, your Papa, John Mahama. About appointing us. I
dear, they are come so dear year training. I dear yes,
constituency former regional Asante regional constituency former regional Asante regional constituency former. Empire one say Ebeka Papa no was appointing. Am I if you say we do my dear baby boy in this? Empire one say the former president. Never saw come no way you do. Yeah, Asante regional constituency former.
Your mamma who don't tell them about pure more. Take any Papa. And I'm moto a day.
Regional constituency.
May come moto.
Your moto, dear, and one say, a zoo, just and I say, indecent, and yet I did a yard for fra. They confirm moto for Frobia. To me, whom you are what you say, a zoo. Let me smile so a yes. And I say, Zumunchi, Zaman Lafia. Into your mamma, Nana J. Mensa, or Kazaman Lafia. Ashanti original constituency.
Regional constituency for
yet I don't so far, and we are more yet I the Beckham could ding a mobile swapper, no bow more a year.
I Papa say the 24-hour economy nearby, and so Mooney say.
And I say, good idea, Pa. Good idea. And in time, maybe about this year.
Okay.
Ah,
auntie, any good. Ah, auntie. 24-hour economy in a good economy. Mammy Chinese. If you have a pound door, into now, what Chinese? Mammy Chinese 24-hour economy. Dear, we for a lot. Okay, to be sure, 24-hour economy. And a mammy, if you want it, mammy, actually good to know what you know. Okay. Do share about Wapa. And until now, when you hold our coach,
yes,
only there were 24-hour economy. Oh, shy, you're on home, yes, some person call police, some call soldier. A beer nursing training will pay you money. CFR nursing training 3,000. Say 24-hour economy be for 6,000. See if our police 400, be for 200. Let us say it will be an increase. Into be a pay Jumaye. Yeah, obviously, maybe school metifie, maybe university near business company, what Ghana has what chia to 24-hour economy. To say, me patron say, I be for yen to be. I be for yen to be. We say, yeah, be ye do my day or mine, yenna. I have a amon on it. I would stamp a Ghana, yenda. Maybe be ye Jumanopa, maybe a be ye Juman, no be a be ye Juman. You need a police with your phone and 24-hour economy. Me too boom, mommy, papa is excellent. I love you.
Honorable. Police been that Koema and it's young tomorrow.
This time, no, you have a policy, but you have common national, you know, Betty Masha policy be not in favor. Betty Masha policy be not in favor of students. By a co students, national moon can't you move any moment. Young international shame, this time, Sunny.
You see what you are to an open students now voice out and I'm out for
common 1-1. Beyond fund policy, community, their community engagement, even the whole election area, and never cover BI, who assemblyman, this time, you know, and yet, you could say, Chinchina, ultimately promise policy in favor, banner favor, but the crooning, this is what we want. We need market, we need school, we need good quality roads, not this time.
And what about almost to support police no freely no? And also open like yes.
I will be a shop police be a failure of if it be a mobile bank mechanic. This time, you know, we go because Sunday the other day, I might say you to look at you be saying what about mentor baby about me police is one addition. I was asking you, you say a friend wasn't me. Give back on, but yes, I need Panagin here.
So we have Comrade Fed, the Deputy Regional Leader of the Vice. And I have Nana Asari Bidiako, the MC Achimak Palmer. Thank you so much. And I have Joshua Kwame Fuga, the Regional Inter-Party and CSO Relations Secretary. Let me get to a very fine gentleman, and Louise will describe him as Honorable Vincent Asafwade, Member of Parliament and Party for Tafo, Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege to introduce. If I'm right, let me say the next Vice President of the Republic. Professor Ogaljina Okoko. So let's give it a standing ovation, please. Thank you so much. We'll have also the issues in our list, so within the course of time, I'm going to introduce them so that we can interact as we move along. Don't forget to use the hashtag, the Leadership Reflection Forum, USAC, on those social media platforms as well. I also have a very distinct brother here. He's contributed so much to the development of business school. If we talk about the guy who single-handedly took an incident out of the torture of being sacked from an institution, then he's here with us. Mr. Ronald Jason Asari, give it up for him. Thank you so much, sir. Now, first speaker for today, be very particular with this profile. Chancellor Women's Investing in Africa, former Minister of Education, 2013 to 2017. The Vice Presidential candidate for the National Democratic Congress. Let me get a message to the next field. On November 22nd, 1951, a distinguished lady was born to come and serve her country with no promise. In the academic career, Professor Jennifer Kwachiman has a very rich academic career. teaching and working in the University of Coast since 1986. Her roles has actually included the head of the Department of English, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, and her many more expeditions. She's the author of so many expeditions when it comes to books and development. Her professional associations in the Academy of Arts and Sciences, the University Teachers Association, crowning her with major awards, over 100 most influential global, international, and local awards. Let me invite our first speaker for the day.
Mr. Master of Ceremony, Madam Professor Jane Nana Ikoko Aji, the Vice Presidential Candidate for the National Democratic Congress in the 2020 elections, probably the best Vice President Ghana may never have. The President of USAC and your executives, the NDC executives here gathered, student union representatives here present, students, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's always exciting to be among you tertiary students. Your enthusiasm is infectious, almost nostalgic. As a little over a decade ago, I put myself up rather unsuccessfully to be elected as president of this association. I lost by just about 4 votes, somewhere in Central University. Perhaps, but for a few more votes, I could have been addressing you today as a former USAC president. I suppose it makes up for it that I'm speaking to you not merely as a disappointed USAC president, but a member of the legislative arm of government. As you would know, only a few weeks ago, the delegates at the Old Trafford constituency gave me the nod to represent them in Parliament for the second time. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a testament of the massive work we have done, and a credit to my days as a student politician, and of course, to young people like you, and associations such as USAC who continue to remind us of how far we have come and what inspiration we can be if we set our eyes on the good qualities of our country. As young public servants, that is the essence of our call, to enable the world to live more amply, with greater vision, with the finest spirit of hope and achievement. In the words of the American statesman Woodrow Wilson, in essence, we must enrich the world, especially young people, because we will be impoverishing ourselves as politicians if we forget that era. Your letter of invitation required of me to share my perspectives of the theme, leadership reflection, navigating educational policies for tertiary students in Ghana. Just around the same time I received the invitation, I had become the butt of many jokes in the media for stating an opinion that rather than providing no education at all, our country was better off educating all children, even if under trees. This view was in reaction to those who believe that our current free SHS program must be selective, or that government must take all the time, putting all the systems in place before rolling out this policy, that is this important policy, even if it will take 100 years. That is perhaps a logical view, but from my little experience in this country, the practical reality is to work things together. By all means, build the classrooms, improve teachers' motivation, fund schools, but never waver in the vision of expanding access and building a massive base of highly intelligent, highly educated, and capable citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, those are the conversations for another day. For you have asked me today to talk about one of the most critical sectors of our educational cycle, that is tertiary education. It is from this stage that we are ushered into the real world, into our professional endeavors, where we are equipped with the value, judgment, and oftentimes the career skills to earn a living and contribute to our country's development. Countries all over the world take this level of education seriously. From the institutional arrangement, curricular development, admissions and recruitment, program design, and delivery systems. For it is this stage of education where there is the most emphasis on independent learning, where we are groomed into responsible adulthood. As many of you may also know, before its current name as our tertiary education system in Ghana has an interesting history. The very limited pre-colonial and colonial educational structure was dominated by the missionaries and focused on foundational liberal arts and basic life and technical skills.